Hey folks, yesterday I spent way too much time trying to figure out the box joint, and so I kept coming up with this sort of thing. I got to be a pro at changing out the dato blades and the cartridges on my Sawstop, so I figured I'd just show you guys how I do that. Okay, so first we're going to start with safety, and I'm just going to shut off the saw and I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to pull this throat plate out. And the easiest way I've found is just to raise this thing all the way up. These tools, one is this way, and then the other goes this way. And so you want to turn, this bolt needs to go lefty-loosey. I don't know. When I am working with the Sawstop, I do not use gloves because gloves don't show how this thing, the thing doesn't react. There's no energy for the blade. So if you have gloves on, you're gonna end up way worse than if you had your gloves off if you end up touching the blade. Take this off. Maybe I should do one at a time. So these are the dato blades I already had on here. They're just a set of 8-inch Freud. But when I bought the saw, I purchased these. And then I'm going to replace this as well. So let's see. Okay, there's this little red lever here. It's gonna pop it up and just pulls right out. And then you take the whole brake and you're just gonna pull it out. So I've got the new brake. And the way that I tell how this can go on is up here there's like a fat one, and then down here there's a little hole, and then you can actually see the connection in here if you're looking down. It's like right in there. And at the top I kind of just get that to where I can feel it going in. There's a little male end, and then the bottom there's a male end, and then I just push it in, take this little connector piece, and only one place it can go. There's one female end. Push it in there and then push down. And it's kind of foolproof. It can go in one way. Then this saw blade I had hanging around, I noticed my original saw blade was chipped. So I had to use this one. I wasn't sure if it would detect my hands. So I'm gonna show you how I figured out whether it would or not. Always make sure your blades are facing towards you. Typically on the saw blade, the print or the name, the logo is usually on the side that faces left. And I'm just reassembling. And now remember, this time we want to go righty-tighty, and I just give a good sharp tug. Not so tight I want to strangle it, but, and then my riving knife, I want to put that back, another foolproof thing. It faces towards you like a shark fin. I just go all the way down, clamp that down. So I promised I would show you guys how to tell. Okay, so the way that I tell if this is going to detect my hands or not, down here there are the lights. Oh, I turn it back on. So first I'm gonna plug it in. Oh, that plug looks real safe, but it is, trust me. Okay, and let me turn this on, and then it will go through its cycles. or a cycle. And then once it glows just green, I'm gonna touch my hand to this saw blade here, and then it flashes. So if I put the glove on, and then I touch it, no flash. Okay, there's one thing I forgot to mention, and it is about the spacing for the break. Between the break and the blade, there is a gap there that you need to test. For me, those 8-inch dado blades and the 10-inch saw blade, the gap was about the same when I put it in, so I didn't really need to change it, but I will show you that. And there's this little tool here, and it actually magnetizes to the side of my saw cabinet, so I always have it. It's nice, you don't lose it. Down here is where the gap, the little tester is. So, okay, so let's see. Down here, this is your gap right here. And it says start here, test here, but take this little guy and you put it right here, and it sits flat. And so when you move your blade, there should be that gap there where it's not touching. There has to be that much of a gap between your blade and your cartridge. In editing, I'm editing a video right now, and I realized I showed you guys the gap, the whole gap thing, and then it occurred to me that what if your gap wasn't right? What if you needed to raise it or lower it? I didn't show you how to do it. I'm sure you could figure it out, but that's still not fair because this is a tutorial kind of. So this little piece was actually the piece that came inside of this yellow gap tester. And what you do is you take this and you put it in this little yellow thing and you twist it right or left. I mean, it says it right there but that's what raises and lowers it so that your gap gets the right distance between it. So anyway, there you have it. Do you need a separate cartridge for a dado blade versus a regular saw blade? And the answer is yes. And how do I tell which one is which if I mix them up? Dado brake is bigger than the saw brake, and that's easy enough to remember. Thanks for watching my short video. I hope it helps. And normally I'm not all like dolled up to be in the shop so much, but I have another project going on, so that involves needing all this. Anyway, take care, till next time.